Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? So, we've been having a bit of a problem for the last few weeks, and I've been getting periodic game crashes. Now, I have been told by several people that it is most likely this one here, the Beast. Which is really unfortunate because this is a really cool chipper. But yes, I've been told by several people that they've tried it on public servers and on single games, and everyone's one thing that they've got in common with my map that I've got here is that they had the Beast at the time, got rid of it, the game crashes stopped. So we are going to have to get rid of this machine, which is a real shame because, like I said, I really did like it. But we do have some wood chips in the trailer, and I'm thinking that's probably enough to see us through because we're not just going to do the beekeeping stuff between now and when we finish. So I think that we've probably got enough. Now, my question that I asked you last week was, do you want me to get the Zunhammer slurry tanker, or do you want me to get the Flegel modded tanker, this one here? And most of you said you want me to get the Flegel one, so I will use the Flegel one. Now, this week, we can do... hang on, let me just go over to here. We can actually do... sugar beet and potatoes on this map. I don't think there's any proper storage for them, so even though it says we've got 8 ton of each, I don't think there is actually anywhere on the map that they are stored, unless I've just overlooked it and it's like back at the main yard or something. I will have a look around and see if we can find it. So I'm thinking that we'll actually try and do some sugar beet on this map. And that field that we've cultivated down over by the farm, which is field 3, we cultivated that one. I will spread that while we use a slurry tanker on that field, and then I will plant sugar beet on it. Now, we've already got the sowing machine, which is the basic one. That one can actually plant sugar beet, so we're all right for planting. So my question is, do you want me to use the tractor-mounted stuff? Do you want me to use the Grim Maxtron? Or do you want me to use the Terrados T440, the Holmer? Now, I'm personally thinking that either of these two massive self-propelled machines are a tad overkill for a map of this size. But it is your vote. It is your game. You guys head down below into the comment section and tell me what you would like me to use. Would you like me to use the tractor-mounted stuff here? Would you like me to use the standard game self-propelled one, the Maxtron? Or do you want me to use the Holmer self-propelled one? Okay? You've got a choice of 3 there. I want you to let me know which one you think. I'm thinking that we should go for this one. I think these two would be overkill. But if you really want me to use one of those, I'll use one of those. Okay? Right then. Moving swiftly on. We've got to get rid of this one. Now, originally, when I started playing this map, I set this one up because I was thinking that I would have this as kind of like a permanent loan thing. We've got to get rid of it now. Open, but no, I don't want to open the back hatch. Right, so I've got to detach the vehicle. Hitched it up, but I didn't want to do that. So let me unhitch there. Now come back over here. We've got to fold it all up so that we can drag it away. Start engine. Fold up the support feet. There we go. That's going to lower it back down, lift it all up. Excellent. Right, and that's it. So stop that one and close the control panel. We got 450 litres of fuel in there, which is a bit of a shame. So I'll hitch it back on now. And yes, I realise that this tractor might be considered a little bit small for pulling this thing, but that's okay. I've often found it to be an interesting challenge to try and move a machine with a tractor that is far too small for the job. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of entertaining. But anyway, that's just me. I know that some people don't like it. We just got to go slow. We cannot go fast while we're dragging this thing. I might just get it over to the sell point. Now, like I said, I set the map up, and we had this one as like a permanent loan, but obviously now I've got to sell it. I'm not sure how much it's going to sell for. I thought I would actually bring it back rather than sell it direct, because I thought that would be about right. So what I'm going to do is, as some of you know, I have the money cheat enabled on the game at all times in case I want it for something. So what I will do is anything over 100,000 that I get for this one, I will remove using the money cheat, and anything under 100,000 we will keep as kind of, you know, say that we're returning it on, we're returning the loan early, something like that. So we'll get a little bit of money for it, but it's not going to be excessive. I think that would be about right. Right, now we bring it back in here. Round we go. And now we can find out how much we're going to get for it. So the dolly itself, I can return that one. And let's see which way it's going to be. No, I don't actually want to go to this one, don't I? So, right, the beet. 461,000. My goodness me. What? And so we got £500,000 now. I just want to bring this one up. I want to extend rent time. No, I want to restore that vehicle. So I'll sell that one and just bring the time back down to 5 times. Right, so we have 461,000. So I'm going to use the money cheat to remove, wrong way, 400,000. Oh no, 400,000 there. So we got 60,000 for returning that one early. I don't want to get rid of another 100,000, and my money cheat will only allow me to remove it in blocks of 100,000. So that gives us now 110,000 instead of the 40,000 that we had previously. That is as close as I can get it without just removing it from the game file, which I didn't really want to do. I sort of wanted to try and keep it, so we did have it on long-term lease, and so we've cancelled the lease and sent it back early, is how I decided we'd do it. Right, anyway, the next thing that we need to do, I want to get the JCB up to the beekeeping mod because we need to remove the pallets off the front because it's not making any more until we've sold those 2 pallets. So I'm going to go and get the JCB a minute. Right, just unhitch the bucket and I'll get the pallet forks on. And then we will zoom up there and pick up a couple pallets. Now I'm wondering, oops, always does that. I'm never very good at kind of get it lined up for the game for, when you want to hitch it on, I'm never very good at sort of getting it just right so that it doesn't throw the machine into the air. But anyway, so I'll get this one up. I'm wondering if we should try, because I was thinking of trying a trailer that would carry 2 pallets so that we could pull behind the car. And I might do that, actually. I might get up there with a car and a small trailer that could reasonably be pulled behind that car. I know that we do abuse our car a little bit, pulling excessive weight with it, like the fuel bowser in that. But I kind of want to keep the car going for a little bit longer, so we're not going to have a massive trailer on it. But I think I will try and get a trailer up there, and I'll see what I'm like at trying to get these 2 pallets onto that trailer. Okay, well, it's on the car. I think that's about as much as we can say, because it's kind of holding it up into... Oh, this is terrible. I think we are going to have to say goodbye to our car. I think we're going to need something slightly bigger to pull this, because unless I can get the pallet on the front to just sort of weigh it down a bit, this is never going to work, is it? Yeah. I suppose we... No, it's just... It's holding the wheels off... It's holding the wheels off the ground. Oh, that's awful. Okay, I'm gonna have... I was thinking it would be quite amusing to try and drag that up, but amusing as it would be, that is... yeah, that's not gonna work. So we're gonna have to bid farewell to our car. So if we sell the car a second... then we will buy something a little bit more substantial to pull that trailer, but it's got a decent road speed. I don't want to go really slowly. So we've had the Golf for quite a while. It served us well, but it is time to say fare thee well. Right, 7,400 for the Golf. Let's see what we got. I've got a couple of modded cars. Would they be under tractors? They'd be under cars. See, I got these old ones, kind of 60s but sci-fi at the same time, but I don't think any of those would be any good. I've got the Skyker Enterprise Gecko utility vehicle. I love this truck, but I don't think it's suitable for this map. So as we don't have anything else there, I think what we're going to have to do is just go for a standard pickup, which is this one. 59,000. You know what, I think maybe we should go for one of these. I think this at 22,000, maybe we go for this one, because we don't actually, well, I mean, we got this one on the time-lapse map at the moment, but I think perhaps we'll have it on this one as well. I'm a bit of a film buff. I mean, well, let's say film buff. I like watching films. That's about as far as it goes. And this is kind of a futuristic science fiction type one, so we'll just say that this is something that was used on the set of a science fiction film, and because it was kind of battered, we got it cheap. That's why we've only paid $22,000 for it, but it's considerably better than the pickup. Right, let's back up here a little bit, and oop, there we go. Right. Something that you don't see in this game, I'm sure that there is a mod for it, and I would like to actually try and find one, and that is the Toyota Hilux. Now, I found out something quite interesting about the Toyota Hilux the other day, and that is, you don't get them in the States, which struck me as rather odd. I had a look at that, and it's something to do with competition. The Toyota Hilux is widely considered to be the absolute best pickup that money can buy in most countries in the world, and it is an absolutely fantastic vehicle. I've used it on farms all over my country, and I know that in a lot of other countries in the world, the Toyota Hilux is considered to be the absolute best that money can buy. But I heard somewhere that you cannot actually buy them anywhere in the States, because it was considered to be something about the competition, because the pickup is quite a popular vehicle in the States, and they didn't want to put too much competition on home-built versions of a pickup. So you don't get the Hilux over in the States. Now, I'm not actually sure if this is true. So if anyone is watching from the States, is it possible to get the Toyota Hilux over in the States? Because if it's not, that would be soul-destroying for me, personally, because I have spent hundreds of hours driving a Hilux around. What is going on? Let me have my cereal. There we go. Right, so we got half a pallet of this one. That's one thing that I don't like about this B mod, is that when you log on, anything that is on there already on the pallets, you've got to remove the pallet so it will start again. It doesn't sort of continue working on a pallet, which seems a little bit peculiar to my mind. But yeah, so we can work around that. Occasionally we'll come up and we will clear the pallets away and let it start over again. I think this one is full anyway. So we got the Met and we got half a pallet of the cereal. But yeah, and also anywhere else in the world. I don't think anywhere else in the world. Because what I was reading is that basically the Toyota Hilux is the #1 choice for people right around the world. It's the most popular pickup truck in the world, except in the States. And the reason it's not the most popular one in the States is in part due to the fact that it's not allowed to be sold in the States. So yeah, I would love to find or hear some confirmation of that. So head into the comment section. Anybody that knows any more information on that particular one, let me know. That would be absolutely fantastic. My last episode on Sandy Bay, yesterday it was, I was asking some questions about maize and what people call it and stuff like that, and I had a huge response. I'm not actually going to give you all the results on today. I'm not going to give it on this map because I know that there are some people who only watch the high hills or only watch the Sandy Bay. So I will try and keep my stuff to each map respectively. So next week, if you do watch both of them, tune in because I had a whole load of responses on the maize corn thing that was going on. But yeah, so if you could head to the comment section today and let me know about the Toyota Hilux, especially anyone from the States, I would love to hear about that. Because I just can't imagine living in a country where you're not allowed to buy a Toyota Hilux. Because, I mean, that is the #1 choice for any farmer that I've ever known. And if you don't have a Toyota Hilux, I worked on a place that had a Nissan pickup truck. And the reason they had a Nissan pickup truck was because it's cheaper than the Toyota Hilux. It wasn't because it was better. He was quite happy to admit that it was far worse than a Toyota Hilux. He said he'd love to get a Hilux, but unfortunately at the time he couldn't afford it. So he had to settle for the Nissan one. And anywhere else I've worked that doesn't have a Hilux, the reason they don't have the Hilux is because they've had to settle for the other one. 1 and 2. So we've got 4,200 and 2,500. That's not a bad little amount. So I'm just going to park this one over here. we've got so much to get on with, and I am here rattling and talking, and I have used up most of the day. So I will rush off and get ready for our next job. And our next job, of course, is raking. We've got to rake up all of that grass that we mowed yesterday, or last week, I should say now. And I was going to do a little. Actually, I'll do a bit in cab. I know I need to do more stuff in cab for some people. We got slurry spreading to do. We're going to spread slurry on field 3 so that we can use our slurry spreader that you'll wanted me to get. We've got the grass to rake here and gather up. We've got field 9 that we need to go and buy, and then we need to harvest that as silage. I've got field 10, field 6, and there's another field as well, field 3 I think it was. Those are all got to be combined. And then, no, field 3. Field 3 is, that one's got to have the slurry spreader on it. We've got to spread so sugar beet in there, and we've got to not only have we got to spread the sugar beet, we've then got to try and harvest it, and we've got to do all of this. It is coming up very quickly for the beginning of October, and it's the 25th of October that the new game comes out, when I will be transferring over to the new map. And I've had a few people ask me if I will do the occasional episode back here on... You're going to start? Why aren't you starting? Oh, I know why. Let's just come out here. It would help if Frith attached to PTO, just occasionally. There we go. Right. Now, I will be doing this out of cab because I can't ever get this right if I try and do it in cab. So, apologies to those who want it in cab. It ain't happening today. Actually, I might be able to. I suppose I could. Alright, we'll give it a go. If this doesn't come out right, I'm blaming everybody who's been asking for in-cab footage. Okay? I accept no responsibility for shoddy lines in the field today. I will blame it squarely on someone else. That's just the way I'm going to roll today. Yeah, so we got all of these jobs to do, and I'm wondering if we are actually going to be able to fit it all in. I don't think we're going to have time. Because once FS15 comes out, I will be moving everything onto FS17. I will be doing it from that first week. It's coming out on the 25th. My competition over on Twitter, and if any of you haven't actually signed up for that one yet, do so. You've got a chance to win a £30 Steam voucher. £30 is the equivalent of roughly $40 US. It depends what the exchange rates are. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. It's whatever it happens to exchange for on the day that you get it. If you win, you'll get the voucher, and then you can redeem it wherever you are in the world. There is one prize, only one prize, for the £30 Steam voucher. To be in with a chance of winning, you have got to go onto Twitter. You have got to like the... Oh, you don't have to like it. You've got to retweet the image. I've got it pinned to the top of my feed. There is an image there which has some details of the competition on it. You have to retweet that one, and then you have to follow me. And I will have the winner. I've got an app that monitors the progress of it, or at least I'm hoping it's monitoring the progress of it. And then we'll be able to randomly select a winner at the end of it, and that one winner will get a £30 Steam voucher. That'll be done on the 24th of October. And I will hopefully get the voucher code to you before close of play on the 24th of October, so that you can buy Farming Simulator 17 on the 25th if you want to. And obviously, if you've already pre-ordered it, you can use your Steam voucher to buy other Steam games. That's why I'm doing it this way. Also, it means... Because I've had people say, why not just give away a copy of the game? Because then you can give it away to people who are on Xbox or PlayStation and that, because you just buy them their version. No, unfortunately, if I was to give away a copy of the game itself, I wouldn't be able to open this competition to anyone except for UK residents, because they're very particular about where you buy games from and give them, right? So I would only be able to open this to people in the UK if I was to give away an actual copy of the game. By giving away a Steam voucher, it's an international competition. If you can access Steam in your country, then you are eligible for this competition. I apologise for people who are on consoles. If you're on a console, I don't think you can redeem a Steam voucher. Certainly, I don't think it works through Xbox. There is a Steam console, if that's any consolation to you. But yeah, the reason I'm doing it like this is because it will then open the competition to the maximum number of people, and I wanted to give as many people a chance of winning this as possible. So that is why I'm doing it, and what the situation is. So head over to Twitter if you haven't already done so and have a look at that one. Now then, how are we doing? I'll tell you what, we actually seem to be getting some of this. So, yeah, we're not doing too bad. 3 times round I think is probably okay. And then you come down here, you lift up. At least this is how I always used to do it. You come down and we'll head sort of straight up across the middle. I always do one, and then you leave a bit of gap, so you have some loose stuff. And then right at the end, you do one more round around the field, and it gathers up that last little bit. Sort of tidies it all up, and then you're ready to go, to collect it all up. I'm thinking, because this is just raking, and we've got so much that we need to do, that I will go and rake that other field off camera. I'll finish this one and rake the next field off camera, so that we can start gathering it up in our very next episode. And then, yeah, because we want to get on, and we've got combining that we want to do. That's ready to go. We want to do the slurry spreading as well. I've got so much to do. So much to do and so little time to do it in. Right, come around here. And drop it down there. So yes, my question for this week, I am going to plant some sugar beet, and I want to get that sugar beet planted as soon as possible so that we've got at least a small chance of being able to harvest it. Which harvesters do you want me to use to harvest the sugar beet? Do you want me to use these two, the tractor-mounted topper and then the actual sugar beet harvester itself? Do you want me to use the original vanilla game, Grim Maxtron, which I've not actually used yet on any of my maps? Or do you want me to use the Holmer, which I used back on Melbury Estate? Personally, I believe these two are a tad overkill for it, but if you want to see one of them being used, we will squeeze it in through our narrow lanes and do our best to use it. Or do you want me to use the Grim Rootster and the Grim FT300, these the tractor-mounted ones? These two, I think, would go quite nicely on the Sammy. I think it would actually be able to put both of them on at the same time and harvest a field with those two. So yeah, it's your vote, it's your game. Which of the 3 setups do you want me to use? And once we do harvest a sugar beet, like I said, I'm not sure if we got actually any storage on the map for sugar beet. It doesn't really matter, because anything that we harvest with sugar beet I will sell direct. I'll bring it straight up and sell it as we harvest it. I'm not going to attempt to store that stuff. We'll just get the money for it straight away. And yeah, I think that's about everything for today, I think. So we've got rid of the beast, and I apologise for those of you who think that gaining 60,000 for doing practically nothing is a little bit off and unrealistic, but we didn't really have much of a choice. I didn't want to just sort of edit it out and make the thing vanish. I thought we'd at least have to get rid of it, but that is what has been causing the game crashes. So if anyone else has been having any issues with that, hopefully this will sort it out, get rid of the beast, and it should solve your problems, which is really unfortunate because, like I said, it seems to be a really well-made mod. I don't know what it's conflicting with. I'm not a programmer by any means. I wouldn't know where to begin when it comes to making a mod. I'm very good at looking at other people's mods and pointing out what's right and what's wrong with it. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is for you guys to decide. But no, I wouldn't know where to begin when it comes to like analysing what might be the problem with it. Yeah. So if you've enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.